Hey guys, this is Marc Goldberg from Marc Vlogs Watches with another exciting episode for you today. And look at the color scheme. It's green. See that? That's a Rolex cap. Oops, I almost did it accidentally. Don't roll that tape back. But I guess we better knock it out of the way right now before you decide to do that. So let's do the quick fist watch check. Here it comes. That's right, today I am wearing the Hulk. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the owner experience, the buying experience. I'll tell you the story of how I acquired this watch. It's a bit unfortunate, but as you can see, today is one of those brooding, gray, threatening Midwestern days. Although any day without snow is a good day as far as I'm concerned. However, it does not show off this watch to its full glory. So a little bit later, I will throw in a full sunshine shot of this beautiful Rolex. But it changes in the light. That's part of what we're going to talk about. And in fact, in this video, watch it to the end because I will be comparing it physically to a full black on black Submariner. So first of all, where did I acquire a Hulk? And if you're interested, where can you acquire a Hulk? Well, we may have to take different paths on that one, but I'll tell you my story first. Bruce Williams turned me on to Rocky. Rocky is a sales guy over at James & Sons in Orland Park. That's a jewelry store and authorized dealer for Rolex. And Rocky turned me on ultimately to his manager, Brian, who's the store manager. These are great guys. And you know, I've been in a lot of authorized dealers before, and no offense, but I think a lot of you in the listening audience are gonna know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you walk into an authorized dealer and they just don't seem to care that you're there once they notice that you're casing the Rolex, you know, the Rolex watches that they may or may not have there. I mean, if you go look at diamond rings, they're all over you, but a lot of these authorized dealers, if you're looking at watches, and if they sniff out that you're a collector and you're not necessarily after a two-tone date just, well, they pay you no, never mind. And although I don't want to name them, that's actually been my experience at the authorized dealer where I bought my first Rolex way back in 1987. So I've purchased from them before, but they're just not happy or interested, I think, when I walk into the store. And that really is a lot different than my own personal experience at James & Sons. And by the way, this is not a paid. There is no paid endorsement. I've received no discounts, no, nothing. I just always tell you about my buying experience, guys. So if you look back in some of my other videos, you'll see that I talk about other people from whom I've purchased watches. And in fact, in this video, I'm going to tell you where, if I were you and I wanted to buy a Hulk on the secondary market, where I would be looking right now. But for the MSRP version, I went to James & Sons. Here's a look at their storefront now. Again, not a paid commercial, but I had a great buying experience with Brian over at the Orland Park location. These folks also have locations in Cherryville, Indiana, as well as in Chicago. A little bit later, we'll be talking about where you can buy a Hulk if you're looking on the secondary market, but if you're looking for an AD, these are your guys. Use my name. I don't know that they're going to have in stock what it is that you're looking for, but I know they will be courteous and take you seriously, and you'll get a different feeling than if you've ever been just ignored over at an authorized dealer. That feels bad. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Listen, guys, here's the key point. The watch, I want to say, well, first, how do I feel about it? I love it. You know, green, I would say, if I had to, everybody says, pick your favorite color. Green. Green is my favorite color, always has been. And as you can tell, I'm a little wrinkly. So obviously, I'm not exactly what you would call a fashionista. Now, I have friends who have spent almost as much on their sneakers, as I have on my watches. But I work with dogs. I'm a dog trainer. That's the kennel back there. So, they don't really care what I wear, but I care about watches. So I like me a Rolex. The thing about the Hulk is, I would say it's a divisive watch. It's not for everybody. And the reason would be, some of you are going to worry about, will this green clash with business attire? And if you're paying this much money for a watch, you probably want to be able to wear it in any occasion. So I would say that for my taste, the green will go with anything, and I would not hesitate to wear this with a suit. I think some of you worry too much about matching your watches. I don't know, this thing, look how dark it looks in this kind of dark light. And indoors under fluorescent lights, it's the same. It's subtle, it's below the radar. Now, let's have a quick peek at the black, and you'll see, you know, depending on the light, there's not a heck of a lot of difference. Now, of course, when I get up close, you'll see green, black. Oops, got you upside down, buddy. But you can't tell me that this is an overwhelming difference. All right, now guys, if you're at the beach and you're in full brilliant sunshine, yes, this thing is going to stand out a lot more. In fact, why don't we go ahead and drop the picture of the Hulk in brilliant sunshine in right here. Guys, I need to ask a quick favor. Please hit like on this video. It makes such a difference to the YouTube gods. Well, you can see the brilliance of this Hulk in direct sunlight. Rolex is reputed to actually mix gold dust into the green paint to get that sunburst effect on the dial. I was on the wait list for just about 6 months to get this watch, so even though I was impatient, the time eventually did pass. The key point is making that relationship so you can get on the list. So here's the thing, wearing the black Submariner gives me a great feeling. It's a beautiful watch, I really love it. But I gotta say there's something a little bit special about the Hulk. Maybe it's because this watch here has become the icon. It's such an archetype that half the watches sold throughout America, Europe, Australia resemble exactly this watch. This one just, it's quirky, like me. You know, it's different, like me. It stands out a little bit, like me. It's not everybody's cup of tea, like me. But I have to say, it's far more beautiful in person. I'm going to make a couple different videos featuring this watch. I'll do a much more full comparison to the black Submariner in an upcoming video. So I promised I told you what I would do if I were you. First of all, what did I pay for this? Well, MSRP is, I forget, so I'll put it right here. But remember, you have to, you know, you've got sales tax to contend with as well. You know, it's a significant expenditure, nearly $10,000, you know, by the time you get out the door. But there's long waiting lists for these things. Now, I have suggested that you make a relationship with an authorized dealer, and certainly that's the best way to go. But if you don't have the patience for that, if you don't have the time for that, if you feel that you don't have the bubbling personality to make that happen, the Hulk has been at an enormous premium, and they were going for, not even all that long ago, maybe $15,000. But I have to say, I bought my Yachtmaster. I bought that Yachtmaster at from CRM Jewelers. That's Watch Your Style with Eric is the channel that this jewelry store has, and they have a lot of secondhand Rolexes that they service and buff up, and they make them look really great. And I just love that Yachtmaster that I got, and in fact I got it for about $2,000 under MSRP. So I noticed that recently on CRM's Instagram, they are selling a Hulk. I don't know if it's box and papers, or what year it is, but it looks really nice. And I want to say they had it up for $12,900. So that is like maybe $3,000 more out the door than what I paid for this. And that actually was down a little bit from a high of $15,000. So the trend may be slowly down for the time being on the Hulk. And if you keep an eye on the secondary market, you might be able to get a really nice example for maybe $12,000, $12,500, I would say would be more realistic than $12,000. And that's only a premium of $2,500. Now, I don't want to pay a premium, and I don't want you to have to pay a premium either. So I think you should really be working on those authorized dealer relationships. It certainly won't hurt if you need to buy diamond earrings for the wife, if you buy them from somebody who also sells Rolex, because, well, naturally they all want to make a living, and these Rolexes are in much shorter supply than diamond earrings. Anyway, I'm enjoying the Hulk. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. The owner experience, well, I've only had it for a few weeks. And I will talk about it a great deal more in upcoming videos, but so far, so good. It looks so much better in person than it does in pictures, but it's a divisive watch. Not everyone is going to agree with me. What do you think? Please put that in the comments and subscribe. Thanks for spending this time with me. It's Goldberg. Peace out.
Paint the sky.